Much like Lupin trying to steal Marie Antoinette's necklace, there's a few teams looking to steal their way to a trophy. My name's Rory Criscuolo. Welcome to the Anglo-Italian pod. You can follow us on Twitter at ItalianAngloPod.
Rory, you did it all right. And until Mazodami, you can follow us on Instagram at Anglo-Italian pod. Rory, what are we going to talk about in this week's episode?
This week we are talking about how me and Tommy are struggling to keep up with what's going on in the Premier League and Serie A. We're going to be talking about Luka Jovic finally finding goals in a comfortable surrounding. And we're going to be talking about Lionel Messi. Has he thrown the towel in at Barcelona?
Yeah, plenty of things to talk about. And we're very excited about our weekly topic too. Rory, what are we going to talk about?
Our weekly topic this week is mine and Tommy's top 3 favorite YouTube football clips. The clips we find ourselves going back to time and time again when we need a bit of a pick-me-up. Let's say a pick-me-up.
Exactly. Rory, how are you doing this week?
I'm good. I'm really good. I feel like Arsenal's project, get rid of the rubbish, is going very well. Even if we are losing a lot of money, I think it's good that they are out of the club. Ozil, I love you. We will talk about you, but I'm kind of glad you're gone. And this is giving me a bit of a boost, you know, kind of slowly ambitious for this year for Arsenal. Tommy, how are you feeling?
Well, how could I possibly feel after Inter Milan, after 4 years, finally managed to beat our arch rivals, I Gobbi, Le Zebre, I Bianconeri, Juventus. Finally, we did it. I couldn't feel happier, honestly. And I'm ready to start this week's pod. Rory, are you going to quiz me?
I'm going to quiz the hell out of you.
Let's go.
Welcome, listeners, to sadly the final episode of the Timeline Up quiz. As of next week, we are currently working on a new quiz format, shiny, new, better, new and improved for next week. But for now, we have the final edition of Timeline Up. Tommy, how are you feeling? Emotional? It's like saying bye to an old friend, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the time lineup kind of became a thing. I started playing with like my friends as well. Like, can you put these 4 events in chronological order? But yeah, every 10 episodes, we kind of decided that every 10 episodes, we would do a new quiz. So the next week, you're going to hear a whole new quiz and you'll find out who is the overall winner of the time lineup between me and Rory. But now I'm all ears. I'm about to take notes because I don't want to mess this up. I want to come, like the last one is going to be a big one.
Yeah, you got to send it off in style. Listeners, if you want to send your guesses as to who you think has won between us before we announce it, I will put a poll on Twitter and we can see who the people think who's the people's champion, right? We can see who's the people's champion.
Who's the people's champion? I like that. I like that. All right. Tell me your 4 events, man. I'm ready.
So the 4 events are Watford versus Leicester in the Championship playoffs. There's a penalty, a missed penalty, and a last-minute goal. I think we all remember this moment, but can you put it in the right year? So that's the first moment. Second moment is Chiellini scores for Italy against Spain in a major tournament.
All right. This one I can't pinpoint exactly in the timeline.
Yeah, I feel a few of them were. But anyway, third, Thierry Henry rejoins Arsenal from New York Red Bull.
Ooh, we all remember that, don't we? Especially you, Rory.
Still gives me goosebumps. And finally, the last one, Barcelona beat Juventus in the Champions League final.
What a glorious moment. I remember that too exactly. But the other 2, I will have to give it a thought. Good questions. I like them. All right, I'll be thinking about it.
Yes, well, while you're thinking about it, we have some talking to do. And first up, it is our weekly trip around Europe, I believe.
Let's do it. I'm ready. What means of transportation this time?
Blimp.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
So we are in our blimp with Rory as a motherfucking pimp written on the side. And we are lowering it down into mainland Europe. Are you ready, Tommy?
What are you talking? What is a blimp, man?
It's a highly dangerous but very gangster form of transport. Just ask Mr. Ice Cube. He knows what he's talking about.
All right. Well, fine. So I'll let you continue.
So we are now in mainland Europe, and we do have a lot to talk about in Serie A and the Premier League this week. It's all a bit crazy and all over the place. But quickly, Tommy, you wanted to take us through the main headlines around the other leagues in Europe.
Exactly. So you know that our pod focus is always on Italian and British football. And we also try to do a breakdown of the action across the other top 3 leagues in Europe. This week, there is a whole lot to talk about in the Prem. So we selected 3 big headlines. The first one of which, Rory, I kind of want to ask you how you feel about. Mesut Özil crowns his dream of playing for his childhood club, Fenerbahce. He's gone. Arsenal is nothing but a memory.
Yeah, I honestly, this is like emotional turmoil does not even come close. I feel both sad and relieved and angry and disappointed and happy to look back on the memories. I don't know. It's everything about Özil was always kind of confusing and debatable, and I feel like his exit has also been that. I loved watching him play on his day when he turned up. He was one of the best players to wear an Arsenal shirt, one of the most talented players to wear an Arsenal shirt. How it's ended, I've talked about before. I think both Mesut Ozil and the club have come out pretty badly out of this deal, out of this like PR storm. Nobody wins in this. Like Arsenal look like they care more about their PR image than human rights. And Ozil looks like every tweet makes it look like he's trying to show off just how nice a guy he is or just how much he cares for Arsenal. I think it's both sides come out of it looking pretty bad. But I've been going back and watching his highlights on YouTube in a kind of like one tear rolling down the cheek way.
Very nostalgic, right?
Mate, some of his moments for us are just beautiful. That goal against Ludogorets.
I was going to say. I
can watch that game. I can watch that goal forever. How he puts the goalkeeper and 2 defenders on their arse is just beautiful. The assists, I've never seen someone who can pick out a pass that no one else in the world could see except himself. And I think I have been on the Fenerbahce website looking to get a Fenerbahce shirt with Ozil on the back. So the marketing has definitely worked on this guy because I think that is going to be a pretty sick shirt. I still love him. I still love him. Like how excited we were when he signed, and it was such a marquee, big moment. I think he still means a lot to a lot of Arsenal fans, and we're all just kind of sad that it's ended this way, I think.
Yeah, that's a good shout. So good luck, Mesut. Your boyhood club, that's everybody's dream to one day wear the shirt of your favorite club, yeah?
Exactly. And also he's going to absolutely kill it out there. Just wait and see some of the assists that he gets in that league. He is going to absolutely walk it, and we're going to look incredibly stupid for letting him go so early.
All right, and the second headline that we have is a certain former Real Madrid striker called Luka Jovic, who managed to score 2 goals over 32 games at Real Madrid, and then it took him only 28 minutes to score 2 in his first game back at Eintracht Frankfurt. Another big question mark over Real Madrid. Can you guys manage transfers? Is there any farsightedness in what you do, or is it just like the flavor of the month, as Rory said last week?
Well, I think that's part of it. It's definitely like who's the flavor of the month, who's the top scorer in one of the no, it is a major league, but it's kind of flavor of the month policy. But also I think it's a testament to like how players sometimes are just matched to a club or more matched to a system. Like obviously he's gone straight back to Frankfurt and just, it's like putting on an old pair of slippers, right? He's straight in there and he's bagging the goals again, and Real Madrid will be trying to call him back soon enough, I'm sure, and he'll go back and he'll probably return to his Real form. But it's great to see him back at Frankfurt, great to see him getting goals again. Maybe it was a confidence thing, maybe this is just about him getting his confidence back, but I always liked him as a player. They paid far too much for him, but it's good to see him back scoring goals.
And finally, our last headline, from European football, is about Lionel Messi getting his first ever red card for Barcelona while losing the Supercoppa, which makes us think, what are Barcelona's objectives for the season? Are they going to go trophyless? Are they going to go all in La Copa del Rey? What is going to happen?
Yeah, it's a crazy one, right? All of a sudden they're looking like, they could finish the season trophyless. They've got a really hard draw in the in the Champions League, which I think I said in previous episodes, I don't think they're going to get through. Koeman, I think Koeman is a good manager. He's done quite well everywhere he's gone, but it seemed like quite a panic appointment of just, oh, here's an ex-player who's available who will take over the job. And again, it's another club in Spain that seems to not have much of a plan and much joint-up thinking. Messi getting sent off, I think this is kind of a symptom of someone who might have kind of thrown the towel in on his time at Barcelona, given what happened over the summer. Well, I think he's definitely lost interest, right?
He did say it. Like you were saying, how must Papu Gomez feel going into work, knowing that he just posted something awful about Gasperini? Imagine Messi, but even more than Messi, his teammates, knowing that this dude didn't want to be there. Like, every time you're like, I'm playing with one of the best players in the world, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be here. It's not that motivating for anybody. So I think that's good that Bartomeu is finally out of the door.
Well, this is it. And I think sometimes, regardless of how good the player is, just having that energy around the changing room is so damaging. And I know now I'm going to put Messi in the same sentence as a footballer who definitely doesn't deserve to be in the same sentence. But Arsenal have been going through a similar thing here by getting rid of players who don't want to be at the club, who aren't that interested in the club, like Socrates, like Ozil, like, I don't know, Kolasinac. These people we've got rid of because just the impact they're having on the changing room is bad enough, right? So it doesn't matter how good the player is. Sometimes you just can't have that energy in the changing room.
You just really talked Messi out of joining Arsenal. Rory,
I don't think I'm going to be the deciding factor on that one, I'll be honest.
But that takes us finally to the Premier League. Can I start off asking you a question, Rory? Honestly, I know we've got a football podcast and we're supposed to follow as much football as we can. But how are you able to keep up with every single Premier League game? Because, guys, it's absolute madness. I mean, Manchester City, second in the league, out of nowhere. 1 month ago, we were counting them out big time. Same thing as Manchester United. Rory, what up?
Well, it's honestly, like, I realised the other day, I think it was like Tuesday, I woke up and just checked my phone and thought, oh, see if there's any games on today. Like, oh, Tuesday night. Oh, there's 2 games. I was like, tomorrow, Wednesday, 2 games. I was like, what the? Thursday, 1 more game. And like, every day there's games. And I'm finding it very confusing to keep up with who's playing where and who's got games in hand and why are they playing on a Wednesday? Why are they playing on Thursday? And why is it not a full list of fixtures? And then we've got FA Cup weekend this weekend, but then we're playing again on Tuesday in the league. It's just all over the place and it's given me quite a bit of a headache. But this week, in 2 days, we've had 3 leaders at the top of the table. So we had Leicester on top as they beat Chelsea. Then we had City go on top, and then now Manchester United have returned to the top. So it's all incredibly close. Down to seventh place, there is only 8 points off top. So in 7th is West Ham. They're on 32, and they are 8 points behind Manchester United. Okay, so that is how tight it is. And at this point, any small run of form can make a huge difference. Like you said, Man City, we were kind of counting them out for a while and thinking, oh, this is going to be a bit of a non-season for them. For me now, and I know I've said every team now, I'm going for the full 6. Manchester City are the favourites for the title now, right? I think
we keep changing on that prediction. At first it was Chelsea, then it was, of course, Liverpool, then United maybe, and all of a sudden Guardiola's City. I just love the way it is unfolding, really.
It's making a muppet of much better football pundits than me, if you know what I mean. I think there's lots of journalists going, I don't know what the hell, who's going to go. But I think Man City are really looking like they're starting to play some nice football. They're starting to really hit some form.
And they've got a game in hand, which, if they won, could project them first in the league. They would be first with 1 point advantage over United.
Precisely. And I think with this City side, if they get an advantage, I don't think they'll let it slip. The big difference for them has been, and he has been going under the radar until recently, them signing Ruben Diaz from Benfica has absolutely transformed their team, absolutely transformed it. He's made John Stones all of a sudden much more reliable, much steadier, and their defence looks like they can build on it. Now, you could say, finally, Guardiola's spent 500 million on his defence and he's finally managed to fix it. But at least he's fixed it, right?
Yeah,
He
right.
seems to have fixed it.
After Otamendi that they paid like a Villa